Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultan of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry launches a number of touristic licenses and services through Easy Invest portal. A bomb explosion in the Egyptian coastal city of Alexandria kills a police officer. And North Korea agrees to hold high-level talks with Seoul next week. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of condolences to His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, the Emir of Kuwait, on the death of Sheikh Ahmed Nasser Hamoud Al Ali Al Malik Al Sabah. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Prokopis Pavlopoulos of Greece on his country's National Day. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry, in cooperation with the Ministry of Tourism, inaugurated a number of touristic licenses through Invest Easy portal. These services included 27 licenses related to 9 economy activities, namely hotels, resorts, hotels, flats, chalets, lounges, guest houses, green hostels, touristic camps, travel agency activities, and touristic tour activities, as well as heritage hostels. This electronic connection will give the opportunity for investors for new requests, renewal of touristic licenses electronically through one portal without visiting the Ministry of Tourism. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry called owners of commercial registries to accelerate managing situations of expired registries after the announcement by the Ministry to expand the period of renewing or cancelling until the end of June 2018. Individual institutions, foreign company branches, commercial representative offices can, through the Easy Invest portal or Sanad service offices, request cancellation of commercial registry without paying any fees on this procedure. In the case of requesting activation of these registries, it's a must to pay delay penalties and the renewal fees as required, whilst providing transactions and cancellation of the registries to be approved by the Ministry of Manpower and Royal Oman Police, with attaching this transaction through Easy Invest portal. Introducing oil extraction fields in old and modern means, future of oil in the era of renewable energy, were reviewed in Oil and Gas exhibition, which was organised by the Oil Engineer Group in Sultan Qaboos University. The exhibition included 7 booths showcasing and discussing the future of oil and gas in the Sultanate. The Oil Group at Sultan Qaboos University are keen to hold this exhibition every year to spread the oil culture among the people of the society and attract supported oil companies for students' projects in the field of oil and gas. A bomb placed under a nearby car explosion in the coastal city of Alexandria today as the city's security chief's convoy passed by, killing at least 1 police officer and wounding 4 others. The Egyptian Interior Ministry said General Mustafa al-Nimr survived the explosion. No group immediately claimed responsibility for the explosion, which happened in the vicinity of a police station in the central district of Rushdie. The attack came just days ahead of Egypt's presidential election, in which President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is virtually certain to be re-elected. It also comes during a massive security operation involving land, sea and air forces in areas covering north and central Sinai and parts of Egypt's Nile Delta and the Western Desert, along the porous border with Libya. European countries are set to take further steps as early as Monday to punish Russia over the poisoning of a former spy in England, as the diplomatic pressure builds on Moscow over the nerve agent attack. Russia, for its part, accused London of trying to force its European allies to take confrontational steps and unleashing an anti-Russian campaign. The EU leaders meeting in Brussels have agreed to recall the bloc's ambassador from Moscow over the attack on Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia in the English city of Salzburg. The French President Emmanuel Macron said yesterday the poisoning with the Soviet-made agent was an attack on European sovereignty after EU leaders unanimously backed London's assessment that it was highly likely Moscow was to blame and that there was no plausible alternative explanation. The South's Unification Ministry said North Korea today agreed to hold high-level talks with Seoul next week to discuss logistics for a rare inter-Korean summit as a diplomatic thaw on the peninsula gathers pace. It said the two sides will each send a 3-member delegation to the border truce village of Panmunjom on Thursday for talks aimed at paving the way for a summit due in late April. South Korea on Wednesday had proposed holding high-level talks with the North to discuss details including the summit dates and the agenda. The talks will take place at the Unification Pavilion building on the northern side of Panmunjom, with Seoul's delegation led by its unification minister and its counterpart from North Korea. The mother of Ltcolonel Arnaud Beltram, a French police officer who died after offering himself up to Daesh group extremists, the gunmen, in exchange for a hostage, said that defending others was his reason to live. His mother said the day before he died of his injuries that this is how he lives, helping others and doing his work in the most noble way possible. He was among the first officers to respond to an attack on a supermarket in the south of France yesterday. His death has raised the number of people killed in the attack to 4. Beltram, who first took his place amongst the elite police special forces in 2003 and served in Iraq in 2005, had organized a training session in December for such a hostage situation. At the time, he armed his officers with paintball guns. A never-completed television tower in the Russian city of Yekaterinburg was demolished today. The construction started in 1983 and was active until 1991, when it was shelved due to a lack of funds. The facility, stretching 220 meters into the sky, was the tallest abandoned building in the world in the 1990s and remained the highest point in the city. For 30 years, the authorities and residents had tried to find a use for the tower. Among the suggestions were to build a chapel on the top to set the statue of Saint Yetrina, a holy patroness of the city, and even to convert it to a huge lighthouse. However, investors were never found, and the decision to demolish the TV tower was approved by the local government in 2017, a year before Russia hosts the FIFA World Cup, of which the city is a scheduled venue. The demolition order was widely opposed by citizens and urbanists, with an ultimate unsuccessful protest organized in February. The tower was blown up in several locations around its circumference and directed onto a special soil pad to avoid the spread of debris. Still to come in our news bulletin. Hundreds of explorers gathered for an event at Lakhtar Mountain in the Governorate of Buraymi. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Wide participation by horse riders from the governorates of North and South Sharqiya, Dakhliya and North Batna were witnessed by traditional horse sports festivals in the Walaya of Al-Kabul in the governorate of North Sharqiya. The event was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Al-Fadl bin Mohammed Al-Harthi, the Secretary General of the Council of Ministers. The event included the performance of different horse sports and Omani traditional arts. An exhibition was also organized showcasing a number of craft industries related to horses and their accessories. The Ministry of Health, represented by the Director General for Health Services in the Governorate of Muscat, inaugurated the awareness campaign about tuberculosis. The campaign aimed to send a number of messages for various segments of the society to be able to provide support for combating TB and benefit from updates of this disease and the means of dealing with infected people in order to make the Sultanate TB-free. The campaign focused on social media and listened and readable media to deliver this message for various segments of the society with various nationalities. The medical services of the Armed Forces, represented in Armed Forces Hospital, organized a medical seminar on the dangers of tuberculosis and ways to prevent and treat this disease. The event coincided with the World Tuberculosis Day, and a number of specialists and physicians from the Armed Forces Hospital and the hospitals of the Ministry of Health took part in the seminar. The seminar sheds light on the latest developments related to tuberculosis through a number of papers delivered by some specialists and physicians. Ltcolonel Mountain is one of the natural sites in the wilaya of Mata in the governorate of Buraymi. It is a destination for explorers due to its eye-catching natural scenes. An activity was organized at the mountain in which more than 1,000 explorers from inside and outside the Sultanate took part. It was also a great opportunity to take photos and enjoy the beauty and tranquility of the place. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry launches a number of touristic licenses and services through Easy Invest portal. A bomb explosion in the Egyptian coastal city of Alexandria kills a police officer. And North Korea agrees to hold high-level talks with Seoul next week. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsrooms and the studio, it's good night.